Doug Westerdahl, the CEO and president of Monroe Wheelchair. Lee Kelsey, the accessibility consultant, with us for the next few minutes. I'm Steve Hausman with Pat Coyne and Alex. We're speaking about websites. What is your website at Monroe Wheelchair?
Yes, our website is monroewheelchair.com. We can also be reached locally at 546-8595, and our toll-free number for out-of-the-area customers is 888-546-8595.
So speaking of out of the area, how many areas do you serve? Like the greater Rochester area and beyond, or?
Out of the Rochester office, we service all of the surrounding counties. We do have offices in Syracuse and Albany as well, but out of the Rochester office, really all of the surrounding counties.
All right, before we took the break, we were going to talk about new technology. What's the difference between updating current technology and new technology? Maybe you can give examples of both.
Well, some current technology that we didn't talk about yet, but is definitely worth mentioning, is the fact that many of the stairway lifts that we sell are battery operated. And that's really important, especially in the case of a power failure and someone's stuck upstairs and they need to get downstairs, or vice versa. And there's a battery charger that's continually plugged in that charges that unit. And Lee, how many times up and down?
About 15
Get
round
it nice and close here, Lee.
About 15 round trips on a standard staircase before you need to get power back to recharge them batteries.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A little while.
You find when people get in touch with you, do they know what they need, or do you have to kind of coax them and walk them through what their needs are?
They really don't. They just know that they want to get from downstairs to upstairs or the other way around.
But that's just like me. If I were to have one installed, hypothetically, I wouldn't know what I would need either. As Doug just mentioned about the battery backup. That's that's horrendously beautiful.
Who would have thought? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So I think that's great to learn.
Yeah.
Just
Did you
fascinating.
just say horrendously beautiful?
Yes, it's horrendously. Is that
Like it's awful, and yet it's pretty.
like overwhelmingly beautiful? Uh-oh.
Now, what about a house where they have a curved stairway? Can you take care of that?
We sure can. Those units do get to be a little bit more expensive because they're custom made. The track is custom made for that exact situation. So yes, we can do that. In a situation where there's a straight staircase, a landing, and a turn, we can do those.
Phone number, if you want to find out more, is I wrote it down here and I can't even read my writing.
546-8595.
8595. MonroeWheelchair.com is the website. Doug Westerdahl is the president and CEO. Lee Kelsey, the accessibility consultant / sales guy.
Yes.
And who was going to tell us about the new technology we talked about on the break?
I will definitely tell you about that. It's called
Go ahead, Lee.
TASER, Turning Automotive Seating. And what it is a lot of people have trouble getting in and out of their vehicle. And it's actually a seat that replaces your existing vehicle seat, whether it's the passenger seat, driver's seat, minivan, you have back seats, bucket seats. It's a chair that you push the button and it will turn and bring you outside of the vehicle, making it easier to get in and out. You don't have to duck underneath the door jamb to get in there, or try and get your legs in and contort your body to try and get in there that you're having troubles doing.
Like the old Pontiac 74 Le Mans, huh?
Absolutely. I was going to bring up that very thing. Back in the 60s and into the early 70s, I know Chrysler offered an option called swivel seats, which was exactly this. The seat would just spin out.
Yep.
You can get out, get in easily. It spins you right back in, and it never caught on for some reason.
Yeah, and they even
Remember?
Yeah, it's
will
weird.
raise and lower in height, so someone in a wheelchair can transfer over easier, have a level transfer into their seat. So there's a lot of options.
Is this a new track system? Like you take out the seat, just to give me a visual.
You take out the existing seat that's their seatbelt and everything, and there's a new complete unit that bolts into where the existing seat
With a small
was.
motor underneath it to spin it and so on and up and down?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
exactly.
This could be cool, too, because you could probably modify that to be an ejection seat as well.
Need a sunroof for that.
Oh, yeah.
A sunroof for that. Doug Westerdahl and Lee Kelsey from Monroe Wheelchair. What other new technology is there?
There's definitely several different types of vehicle lifts that will transport scooters, power wheelchairs, manual wheelchairs. They're coming out with new lifts constantly to help people get their equipment where they want to go, doctor's appointments, visiting families.
Is it because the
things of
cars
that
are
nature.
always changing? Sorry.
New models of cars every year, so
Okay.
the lifts have to change every year, and they come out with better ideas of holding your equipment on your vehicle, whether it's in the trunk, hanging off the back from a trailer hitch. Minivans, they have whole lifts that will pick your equipment up and bring it right inside the vehicle effortlessly.
Okay.
I don't have anyone in my life who's challenged in this regard, but it always amazes me to see how folks who have challenges of this sort can still drive, how they make it easy for them to drive, whether it be with hand controls or whatever. It's just fascinating to me.
Very neat.
Yeah.
It is fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys are here today because I'm learning a lot. I mean, this is great stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have to have any type of medical training or anything to be able to come out and do an assessment? If I have, somebody who I feel like could use this service, you would come out. Do you have to be medically trained at all to be able to say, yes, this is the right fit for you or no?
Well, Medicare a couple of years ago came out with some new regulations that require the higher level wheelchairs. A assistive technology professional, ATP, is a credentialed individual. You have to have several years of experience. You have to actually sit for an exam.
Okay.
So, and this is a really good thing, that it's raising the bar really in the professionalism of our industry, which unfortunately has been a bit of a problem with some of the national companies spiking utilization through advertising and things like that, and it's caused a problem with reimbursement cutbacks and many other things. So
I can imagine because they make it seem like it's so easy.
Yeah.
You just call the number and, you think you need a scooter, you need to get around, you can't get out like you used to. You call, they bring you a scooter, Medicaid takes care of it, they pick up the tab, and it just seems like it's just all too easy. So it's kind of good that you guys have, this training. And so when you come out to my house and I'm trusting you with my older parent or, my disabled someone, that I'm going to get something legit. And they're not just going to go, oh, here's a scooter. Have fun,
If it seems too good to be true, it is.
Can I have a-
That's what it usually.
Can I have a red
goes
one?
to. Yeah, right.
yeah, actually, you get red or red.
Oh, there's only two.
Really?
Red one.
They don't come in colors?
No blue.
Red.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's I'm surprised.
Is there any reason why
Yeah,
they're
why?
red?
Yeah.
Because
Because it matches
Matches
Lee's
his
shirt.
shirt.
Of course, he's wearing a red shirt. Hey, I saw something pretty interesting on one of the newscasts on TV. There is a woman who wants to redesign the logo for being handicapped.
Uh-oh.
She thinks, and it's very interesting, and I'm going to talk to Jeff. Maybe we can get these two pictures up on the website at propertysourceradio.com. This woman thinks the old logo of the person in the wheelchair is too... the person looks too stagnant, has no movement. And she has designed a new logo that makes the person look a little more streamlined, a little more active, rather than just, as she put it, stuck in the wheelchair.
Wow.
Because I
Just
see you guys
assume-
have kind of a hip logo.
looks like we're going to need to change our logo.
Yeah, but as much as I laughed at it to begin with, I started to think about it. People who have challenges of this sort certainly feel they're as able to do anything as anyone else. So why not update the whole
Logo?
image of being handicapped?
How much will that cost the taxpayers?
Well,
I mean,
that too, you
we're just talking about a logo. I mean, an image, not an image, but
I do have the pictures up, so if you gentlemen want to take a look at the computer, you're right. I mean, it actually does look like the person is moving. It really does.
Well, is that the same as the logo on their shirts, Doug and Lee's shirt?
No.
Oh, I see what you
Make a
mean.
little comparison here. See,
All right.
and now suddenly it doesn't seem like that silly of an idea, does it?
No.
No.
Still going
I
to
mean,
cost me a lot of money.
Well, no doubt.
Yeah.
it would be one thing, I guess, if they were, like trying to put a face on the person or something ridiculous. But that's, just an upgrade of what you currently have, and I don't see a problem with it.
The current logo for being, handicapped is you're just sitting there in the chair.
Yeah.
And the new one shows the person, I guess, wheeling themselves about.
Right. Spinning them wheels.
And well,
Makes sense.
we may be doing that right here.
Wow.
But we'll get those up on the Property Source Radio.com website so you can make a determination on which one you prefer or, how you feel about it. Doug Westerdahl, Lee Kelsey from Monroe Wheelchair. Again, you're at 3340 Monroe Avenue. Is yours the kind of store you can just walk in and check things out, or do you usually have to come to someone's home and maybe bring a brochure, a video, that sort of thing?
Yes, we are that kind of store, and we're kind of unique in the nation. There are very few companies that have large showrooms like we do. The most common setup is in an industrial park, kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
But we've always taken the approach that we want to have that availability for people to come in and actually look at the products that we sell.
And people who are in wheelchairs who are handicapped have easy access to your building, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be just horrible. You know,
That'd be bad
That
for
would be
business.
quite the oxymoron.
first thing you thought of. Great.
You need the wheelchair, but you can't get in the building.
Just look in the window. Yeah, Doug, thanks for joining us. This has been a very informative portion of the program today. Anything else you want to hit upon before we?
You know, as we were talking about this logo, it made me think of something that we just, it's a new initiative. We've created an additional logo that's actually green with kind of the recycling sign for the wheel. And it's for a new part of our company. We get a lot of used equipment in. And very often we run into people who don't have insurance or who can't even afford the copay on their own insurance because many insurers are going to 50% coverage now. So we've just started this division where we're going to start to promote used equipment kind of in the green recycling concept. So this is something brand new for us that we haven't even rolled out yet, but we will be over the next few
Great
years.
idea.
breaking
Great
news.
idea.
Breaking news on
Breaking
Property Source
news on
Radio.
Property Source.
Lee, any shout outs? You got to do anything before we?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Say hi to Mom
very
or
much.
what?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. And how can we get a hold of you one more time?
We're at MonroeWheelchair.com or 546-8595 locally and 888-546-8595 for toll free.
Stores at 3340 Monroe Avenue. You open on Saturday?
We are not.
Closed today, Monday through
We've
Friday.
tried that,
Yeah.
and it just didn't work. It cost me more in labor than we sold that day.
Well, that makes
Really?
sense. Go to the website if you want some information on the great folks at Monroe Wheelchair. Doug, good to see you again. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity.
And Lee, best of luck.
Thank you very much.